VC, the waxed here, and in this video I'm doing the 2022 vinyl tag. Now there's a couple of them going around. Rob Walker has one, and Stunt Rock Confusion, Stunty has one. I decided to do Stunties. I figured Rob Walker would say most of the stuff I'm showing is crap, so it didn't matter. And I think Stunty needs my help. So that's my take on it. So I chose to do Stunties. So I'll go through all 23 of Stunty's list, and then Rob Walker can tell me it's all crap. And you can tell me what you think in the comments. So let's just get started because this will be a long one. All right, first one is show the first record you got in 2021. Well, I've been collecting like crazy over the last 2 years, and there was so many of them. But one record I remember purchasing in January was a record, Sonic Flare. Danny Kaye suggested it, a video he did with Michael 45 RPM. So I thought I'd just show that one. It's Sunken Cathedral. Sunken Cathedral, he had pointed out, is from Jackson Berkey. And this is a direct-to-disc recording of him playing at this cathedral. There he is. And Danny raved about it at the time. You know, it seems odd that a year ago prices were obviously less than they are now, but you could get this for less than $10. I tried twice to get it. I don't know if anyone really, you know about Discogs and obviously eBay. There is a site called Music Stack, which is kind of the minor leagues of buying records. MusicStack.com, I think it is. And I went on there, and it's like the forgotten thing for even people that sell there, because I tried to get it, and the guy goes, oh, it's sold on another site. And that's happened to me a lot on Music Stack. But I did find this for under $10. And it sounds really good. Danny was right. But I don't really have a lot of direct-to-disc recordings. I think I do have a Tower Power one. But, yeah, this is good. It's just piano music, so. All right, next one. Show the last record you got in 2021. Okay, I was visiting family in D.C., went to a great record store there, CD Trader. And I'm, you know, if you've watched my videos, I'm all about collecting these prestige twofers. This is, obviously, I did it backwards, and, you know, I labeled each one of these, full disclosure, with Post-it. The greatest jazz concert ever. This is a concert from, it was at Massey Hall in Canada. I think, I'm guessing correctly, Toronto. And it's Charlie Parker, Dizzy Gillespie, Bud Powell, Mingus, and Max Roach. That on the first disc, it is this concert. On the second disc here, it is just a trio with Charles Mingus. Open it up. These nice gatefolds, and the concert is Bud Powell, Max Roach, and Mingus on the second disc. If you watch my videos on twofers and me finding each of these, I pick them up all the time. They're getting to be more expensive because people are catching on. It's a great way to get hard-to-get albums mastered, analog mastered, and sound great for not a lot of money still at the prices they're charging now. It is a great deal. There they are on these green prestige labels from the 70s. Run out and get them. All right. Show a pre-order adventure you got in 2021. So I'm taking it as I pre-ordered an album and had a whole rigmarole. I joined Vinyl Me Please to get this album, this Lee Morgan album. They had done a smart thing where they announced, pre-announced, you know, they've done it a bunch of times, the next 3 titles in each category that were coming out. I knew this was coming out. I joined first and got the John Coltrane, Miles Davis concert. But this thing, I got a copy of it, and there were pops in it, like audible pops. So I let them know. They sent me another copy of it. And there were scratches all on it. So again, I said no. They go, well, we can give you credit, blah, blah. I said, no, I want this record. This is the reason I joined. And I finally got a perfect copy of it. It's a great mastering of it. It's recreating this Jazzland label. I don't feel like taking everything out of the thing because I'm going to be forced to put it back. But this is all gone now. It's all sold out. The Vinyl Me Please, limited pressings. Great. If it's secondary market, go get it. Okay, next one. Number 4. Show a cheapo record you got. Okay, cheapo record. This is a fusion band from Richmond, Virginia, where I went to college. Came out in '79. I saw someone do, forgive me, I forget his name, but he does irregular videos on Cheap Heat. This I got sealed for $5. It's a jazz fusion band. It's pretty good. Child's Play. If you can find it, get it. It's always going to be very cheap to get. Okay. Number 5. Show the one you spent the most on. That's pretty easy. I pre-ordered this in May. The Miles Davis UHQR. Everything everyone's saying about it. I got obviously I had to wait a long time. I got a later pressing. I know there's issues at the beginning. Sounds beautiful. I have the Mobile Fidelity 45. To me, this is better. You don't have to get up and change it, but I like this. It sounds quiet, beautiful, great album. If you can still get it, go get it. Okay. Number 6. Show a record from a band, a new band you got in 2021 or the closest to it. Okay, number 6. Not a new band, but I believe, and this didn't come out last year, but it came out within the last 6 or 7. Eva Cassidy Nightbird. There are several versions of this. This is a 4-disc version of this famous concert Eva Cassidy did. And if you don't know her, ironically, she's from about 10 minutes away from where I grew up in Maryland, in Bowie, Maryland. Stunning singer. She didn't become big until after she passed away. Horribly young age, I think 32 or 3, of cancer. Undiagnosed, so it rapidly killed her. Horrible. But something about, I don't know, 9 months before she died, they did this concert at the Blues Alley in DC. And it was both video recorded, a rough video, but this album sounds amazing. And it's all covers. She, this video go on forever if I go deep diving into these albums. I know there's a 45 version of this that's 8 discs. And I think one just recently came out that was a 2-disc set last year. If you can get this 4-disc, you'll be very happy you did. Sounds beautiful. Just a great sounding album from a singer that was taken way too soon. And, the sky's the limit was for her. All right, 7. Show the most out of your comfort zone you got last year. There's nothing really out of my comfort zone, but I will say I'm not a big country guy. And Vinyl Me Please had this pressing of Johnny Cash at Folsom Prison. Great live album, just a great album on this cool smoky colored vinyl. Recreating the 2-eye, beautiful, great pressing, great album. Again, everything sells out with them. I think the only way you can get it is secondary market. But country, I don't have a lot of country, so there you go. That sort of checks that box. All right, show your pride dig of 2021. If you watch my videos, I do a lot of it. I'm very lucky at thrift stores. And this past year, I did find a Tool album for $4 that I don't even want to say how much I sold it for, but it was a lot more than $4. That being said, I've had, if you watch my videos, crazy crate digging thrift store hauls. Here's a good one, okay? One of my favorite films is Phantasm. If you haven't seen it, watch it. Great cult movie. Well, I found a sealed copy of the original soundtrack. Sealed. It's still sealed. Taking the post-it off. But what makes this crazy is underneath the shrink, it is signed by both the director, Don, I always have trouble pronouncing his name, Costarelli, there he is, and Angus Scrimm, the tall man, this dude. They both, I guess, promotionally signed these before they were shrinked. So it has both their autographs on it, and it is sealed. So ones I keep that I don't get rid of, this I have, and it's awesome. So that's a pride. There's several, but that's a good one, I think. All right, we're at 9. Number 9, show record you got this past year from a style genre you're finally starting to embrace, or at least seriously investigate. Like country, yeah, but I have a lot of soul stuff, but I'm getting more into it. So this was a Record Store Day title from last year of an album that was very hard to get. And this is Ann Peebles, is outstanding soul singer. Great. Just, listening is believing. I suggest you go out, at least on YouTube, and listen to some of this. Came on this cool, with a post-it note, cool purple vinyl, and recommend. I'm buying more soul. I love Al Green anyway. I have a lot of Al Green, but I'm picking up more soul albums. All right, next, number 10. Number 10 is show your favorite coolest cover art of 2021 or the year that you got it. Friend of mine gifted this to me. It's a soundtrack. It came out in 2015, but I got it last year, and it's the Jaco Pastorius. You can see the poster sort of behind me there, and this poster art is just, this cover art is just awesome of Jaco. It's a great documentary. Have you ever seen it? I think it's on the free streaming service Tubi, so go watch it online. And it's a double album with both Jaco and other stuff he played on, like Joni Mitchell. But that's a cool cover. I think so. I think a lot of you might think so. Tell me in the comments. All right, number 11. I'm talking fast, aren't I? Show a record from a band of your youth and teens that you finally got on wax last year. This is a good one. I got Squeeze Singles. I have lots of CDs. This was a CD I got as a teen, and I'm a big believer, get the greatest hits of bands, if anything, and I'm not overly emotional, but when I put this on, I started to tear up a bit. This just sounded beautiful. It was awesome, and I found a great copy of this, of all places, Amoeba here in LA. I don't usually find a lot what I'm looking for initially. I discover things there on the spot, but I was happy with this one. Okay, so number 12, show your most anticipated record of 2022. Okay, I am going to pull up a photo because it hasn't come out yet. Sort of. It's a reissue that's coming out. It is coming out as Picture of Health. It's Chet Baker and Art Pepper. It originally was put out as Playboys, Chet Baker and Art Pepper. So it's coming out as a tone poet this year. I'm really anticipating it. I know that you can get this as a Speaker's Corner. Might be a Speaker's Corner or Pure Pleasure. But there's definitely an audiophile issue of this. But it will come out as a tone poet, and that's the record I am anticipating. So there you go, number 12. Number 13, where did you go? Number 13 is show a record you love, but you haven't given much love or hate. I'm going to have to come back to 13, because maybe I forgot to pull 13, but I'll pull it, I record these live. I don't like editing my videos much. Okay, we're going to go skip to 14. Show a record you got from a family you kept. I love. Ironically, I was visiting family and I shipped a box of records to myself that has not arrived yet. So I'm going to pick a record that was played a lot as a youth. My dad had an 8-track player, and this 8-track was played all the time. And I found a minty OG copy of it thrifting, and that's Blood, Sweat, and Tears on this Columbia 2i. You find this record a lot thrifting. Trouble is, it's beat to shit. This one looked unplayed. Crazy. So, very happy with this OG. And it brings back so many memories. Spinning wheel, all that good stuff from when I was a youth. Okay, 15. Turning point record that opened a brand new unknown path in your music collection. So, this was a Record Store Day title that Bob Bradley recommended, and it was stuck in my head. So I went out and I listened to it online, and I liked it. And this is Prism Music Unit, Egyptian Strut. This gentleman, Salid Ragab. This is Egyptian jazz. And this is just enchanting. So it's like this Middle Eastern music style meets jazz, and it's quite hypnotic. And this apparently was very hard to come by, but this reissue that came out is double disc, very recreated, very close. But if you could, I'm sure this is still out there. And if you can't get it, if you could get it, get it. At least listen to it online. This is a great album, and it's kind of opened me up more to, foreign to me of the U.S., other country, kind of their take on jazz. Stunty, I recommend a Polish composer who did jazz, and I listened to that album. Forgive me if I don't remember the name off the top of my head. He did the Rosemary Baby soundtrack. His stuff is great. So I appreciate Stunty, but this is the album that opened me up to discovering other cultures taking jazz and doing what they do and applying it to jazz. So great album. Highly recommend getting that album. Okay, where are we at now? We are at 17. Oh no, show a non-music purchase. A music purchase that's not a record. So this is easy. I bought this shirt. Kiss shirt. There you go. It's kind of cool. I like it. I don't have a lot of Kiss, but I like Kiss, and the shirt was cool. So there you go. I got a Kiss shirt. All right, we're going to 17. Show record from a band from the past that you totally bypassed until recently. So what is this? Okay. Through my thrifting, I'm finding a lot of this artist, and I kind of made a deal with myself to not go out and buy a reissue, because I think I can find a lot of his stuff, if not all of his stuff, through going to thrift stores and such. So, or record stores and buying used records. Bob Dylan. So, Slow Train Coming, his religious period. But the unique thing to me about this album, and this is on that Columbia 360, is Mark Knopfler is on this, and it kind of sounds like a Dire Straits album. It's like Bob Dylan meets Dire Straits. So in that regard, as a real religious person, this album's great. It sounds like a Bob Dylan Dire Straits album. So I recommend getting this, but I have a lot of Bob Dylan. I just picked that one. So that's, something I bypassed my whole life, Bob Dylan, and I finally started getting into Bob Dylan. So enjoyed it. All right, we're going to 18. 18 is show record you got in 2021 that took the longest to fill from your wait list. I'm kind of only really wait listing things on Discogs recently. So initially when I started to get back into collecting, and I'm kind of mainly focused on jazz, and really was taking to Sonny Rollins, the one album I wanted to get, and I wanted to get a really good version of it, was Sonny Rollins' The Bridge. Now, to me, I'm not all about getting an OG copy. I'm into getting a copy that's clean and doesn't sound noisy and pops and clicks and all that stuff. So, unfortunately for me, this org reissue, I believe done by Bernie Grumman, mastered by Bernie Grumman, kind of went out of print a year before I started really getting back into collecting. But I put a wait list in Discogs, and finally a good, clean, beautiful copy of it came up for $60. So I had to take the plunge and get it. So there you go. That's my longest. I think I have stuff on there now, but usually I'm not very daring with my choices of what to get. If something, the cleanest mint minus version of it is usually what I go for. If I find it, it's good. All right, we're at 19. Show a record you got as a present VCLT. This is easy. Rachel, the Music Man. If you know her or her stream, I'm on there almost every day. Being an idiot. She sent me a couple of tone poets that, if you know, ones that they're not supposed to be out of print, but if they're available, not really a lot of them. And this Bobby Hutcherson, the Kicker, is one I've been trying to get, and she sent this to me. Much appreciated. She sent me Kenny Burrell too. I think introducing Kenny Burrell, but it could be wrong. This is awesome. These tone poets are awesome. This is awesome. And I'm very happy that she sent it to me. Thank you, Rachel. Okay. We are at 20 here. Show a record you got sent. I'm going to send this record as VCLT. Now, I recently was able to find an OG mint copy of this record, Lonely Girl. I had, I guess you would call a placeholder. It's not the best sounding, but it's still pretty good. And I'm going to send this to someone I know who wants it as their placeholder before they can find this. Julie London, I actually was able to find two of her most known albums. And this is the second I found. I don't think it's in that order, but it's just her guitar and sounding awesome. These albums sound great. So I highly recommend getting that. Okay, we're at 21. Show record you bought not because of the main artist. Well, that's easy. Well, it wasn't easy, but this I think is easy. I bought Xanadu because I like the movie Xanadu and I like the whole soundtrack. So, and this has the hype sticker on it and the original price, and then what I paid for it, less than $5. One side is Olivia Newton-John, the other side is ELO. Two great groups, but I didn't buy it for the main thing. I bought it, the total thing because I like the movie. So I hope that fits the bill for that one. Okay. 22. Show a record that you love that no one seems to have noticed before you share it. Okay. I don't know if a lot of people know about this album. Rachel and Vilray. Okay? See, I look at your faces right now. You don't know what this is. Rachel is the lead singer of a great band called Lake Street Dive. If you have not heard of them, after this video, go listen to them. They're awesome. They're kind of a pop, soul, kind of just great, awesome band. And her voice is transcendent. She is just like a star. But she did the side project. I think they met at a music school in New England. I do not know which one. I don't think it was Berkeley. But this sort of is like an old kind of jazz, from the 40s vocal. He's just playing the guitar in a lot of it. And their voices go great together. And it's very infectious. This is on Nonesuch. I think this came out 19. Does it say 19? It'd be good if I did some research here. This came out in 2019. If you can find this, go get it. This is a great album. So I hope that fits the bill for 22. So last one, 23, show a record that makes you dance. Well, this is, can't go wrong with Donna Summers, Bad Girls, Thrift Store Haul. Should be able to find it. Double album. Bad Girls. I'm not going to dance for anybody, but this should make anyone dance. It's disco music, All right, I missed one. So I'm going to hit pause, and I will insert this back here, not in order, so I can show you this one record. All right, okay. Pause. So I skipped 13, and that's show a record you love, but you haven't given much love to of late. Okay. here's a record that brings back so many memories, and it's Tattoo You. I was VCLT'd this by Patrick, the vinyl archivist. This is a Robert Ludwig mastered. This is an album when I originally had it on cassette. Thank you, Columbia Record and Tape Club. Listened to it nonstop, loved it, and now I realize, you know, from my understanding, this was sort of an album that was thrown together from leftover songs. But crazy how good these songs go together and how great of an album this is. So after I get off recording this, I'll give this another spin. But number 13, that's, yeah, I'm giving love to that. Well, I hope you enjoyed it, even though I forgot to pick one. But I scrambled and I was able to do it. Tell me your thoughts. If you like any of these, if I did a good job. Stunty, tell me if you liked what I did. Rob Walker, tell me this is all crap and I should have done your tag. But next year, I'll do your tag next year. Maybe. And until next time, the Waxed Out.